Life Unlimited Coaching channel. This is Coach Kayla, and I don't know how long this video is going to be today. We'll see where it goes, or this podcast, however you're tuning in. But a lady that she was a client for a short little stint. She texted me kind of out of the blue the other day, and she said, "Hey, really quick question. When you're craving chocolate, what do you do?" That was her question. And I actually get questions like this all the time. Like, what do I do if I'm craving sugar? What happens? What do you do if you're, anyway, it's always something like they've been told their whole lives that they can't eat whatever this particular thing is. And so what they're really looking for is a replacement that's going to fill the void, right? And my response to her was, I usually just eat chocolate. What do you do when you're craving chocolate? I just said, well, I'm usually just eat chocolate. She actually didn't respond. But the point is that, and I've actually made a pretty good video about this, and one of my nutrition mentors talks about why diet foods usually don't work, or they don't fulfill the purpose that they're made for, and actually make things worse. And he talked about how, like, usually when we're trying to replace something. So in one video I've talked about this, I talked about cauliflower rice, okay? So people go and they're like, oh, I can't have rice. You can, by the way. You just need to know how to do it. Should not cut out rice. Rice is fantastic. But let's say they're like, oh, I'm doing keto, and so I'm going to cut out rice, and so I'm going to go buy cauliflower rice because cauliflower rice is going to now be my rice, okay? The problem with that is cauliflower rice tastes nothing like rice. I don't care, it doesn't. It tastes like cauliflower. And so usually people have good intentions and they buy this cauliflower rice in order to fill the void of not being able to eat rice according to whatever thing they're doing. And then they're mad or upset that the cauliflower rice doesn't quite taste as good as rice. And so then they just go eat rice, when really they should have just eaten rice and known how to do that in a way that still got them to the results they wanted, right? Instead of trying to replace it with something else. There's usually a lot of disappointment around replacing something, okay? I've seen it with diet soda too, right? Like, someone loves Dr. Pepper, but they're trying to save themselves 250 calories a day. And so they go to Diet Dr. Pepper. But Diet Dr. Pepper, though delicious, does not taste like regular Dr. Pepper. And so most of the time people are just mad. And they resent the Diet Dr. Pepper because it's not Dr. Pepper. Instead, they need to find something that they can replace it with that they actually look forward to consuming. Okay? So if cauliflower rice is not your jam, but maybe you love something, I can't think of, like, I'm trying to think of a really good replacement for rice, right? Like, you find something else that could be a staple but is lower in carbs, okay? But you look forward to eating it. If you hate cauliflower rice, don't eat cauliflower rice, okay? So anytime anyone's like, well, I want to eat ice cream, but I shouldn't, I say, well, why shouldn't you? What's the reasoning? Is it just because you've been told your whole life that ice cream is bad for you? Because that's not true, right? It's the amount of ice cream you consume and when you consume it. And so if you are trying to figure out how to avoid eating ice cream or chocolate or cake or anything, you just need to ask yourself, like, why am I trying to avoid it? Do I need to avoid it? Is there a way that I can incorporate it in and still get to my goals? And the answer is usually yes. And so it's more beneficial to just have less ice cream or less chocolate or less cake and move on with your life rather than try to replace it with something that you hate. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So it's usually more detrimental to people to try and replace food that they feel like they shouldn't eat with something that is quote unquote healthier, right? If they hate the healthier food. It just doesn't work. There's been studies And so it's more beneficial to just eat less. Okay. Eat less of the thing that you want in a way that still gets you to the goals that you're trying to accomplish. And if you don't know how to do that, just comment below and I can help you out. Okay. I even offer a free personalized game plan for you specifically and an assessment. And so if you are struggling and you want help, just let me know. I'm happy to do it. Have a good day, and I will chat with you all later.